Hey y'all, I'm Madison Simone Chase, also known as Miss Chase, and I am a lot of things. I am a child of God. I am my mom's daughter. I am a little sister, a big sister, and I'm also a cousin. I am a best friend to not a lot of best friends. I'm a dog mom. I am a plant-based eater, connoisseur. I am eco-friendly. I am a vintage loving clothes connoisseur, which means I love all things vintage, including clothes. And I was raised by an incredible single mom who is my biggest fan and also my best friend forever, for real, for real. I am also, in terms of career and what I've done, I've had a job since I was in high school, but I am a celebrity certified personal trainer. I am a fitness expert and a sports and entertainment media host as well. I'm also an IT and senior healthcare sales executive, and I was born and raised right here in Fort Worth, Texas, aka Funky Town as we like to call it. I was raised in Dallas, built in Los Angeles, also LA, depends on who you are and how you like to give homage to Los Angeles, but I attended the best high school ever. It is located in downtown Dallas. It is a historical landmark because of one of the greatest educators in the world, in America, in American history, Mr. Booker T. Washington himself. So I attended Booker T. Washington High School for the Performing and Visual Arts, or Arts Magnet, as we like to call it. It's a lot like Fame, the television show or the film. And yeah, so it was a great school, and it was a great learning foundation on being an individual. And so I went from arts to Juilliard with School of American Ballet, and in becoming, that was the foundation of me becoming the world's only 3-time ESPN Miss Fitness champion. Yes. And I appeared in more than 450 fitness DVDs. Yes. And infomercials as well. And the first of the 450 fitness DVDs was with the GOAT, the greatest of all time celebrity trainer, Gunnar Peterson, who trained Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, a lot of the Kardashian family, as well as Kris Jenner. And also, as a celebrity trainer, I had the privilege of working with some notable clients, including Robert Pattinson of Twilight and Batman, as well as Chris Tucker of Rush Hour and Air, the movie based on the Nike story, and Amber Riley of Glee. And my first celebrity client was Lisa Ray McCoy, who was on the Will and Jada show, loosely based on their life, called All of Us. And that was one of my first television shows that I did. I was actually on the show as a trainer, out of all things. As a sports and entertainment media host, I've had the privilege in being on a lot of red carpets and press junkets. And some of my favorite moments on the red carpet include the charming and kind Richard Branson, as well as the very kind and charming Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Emma Stone, and Viola Davis, and Tyler Perry, and Tiana Taylor, and who else? Issa Rae, for sure. So that's a little bit about me, and I share my accomplishments to honor the sacrifice that my mom, as a single mom, planted in me so that I could continue to blossom and flourish into the woman I am still becoming. So, that's my introduction. So welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're listening and or you're watching, I want you to pull up a cozy little digital chair and join me in this cozy little space, and grab yourself a cup of hot or cold herbal tea, and welcome to my cozy home of Cut to the Chase at 8, a 15-minute micro learning moment for hopefully macro living. And I am so overjoyed that you are here, absolutely overjoyed that you are here. And so welcome. This is me. So what is Cut to the Chase at 8? It is twice a day at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Micro dose for macro living. What is it all about? So this is where we are going to explore and lean into life with our lived experiences, where we invite lots of grace into the space because we are living in some very interesting times right now. But that's another story, another podcast, another time. So we're going to chat all about spirit, mind, body health, because ultimately that is our ultimate wealth. And we're going to talk about it in microdoses because it's all about macro living. So welcome again. And in today's episode, what are we going to be exploring? I want to explore the myth of balance and why what we actually may need is alignment and finding our center. So join me today and every day for just 15 minutes. That's it, just 15 minutes, twice a day at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we're going to be sharing and really delving into these topics. So this is really just your 15-minute chance for your daily pause for a cause, clarity, wellness, grace, and intention, and intentional decision making, and giving yourself lots of grace because how we start and end our day, it matters. And here at Cut to the Chase at 8, we are chasing what matters. So each episode, my offer to you is three keys, and one question to sit with. And hopefully encourage you and myself, because I sometimes need encouragement as well, to give ourselves grace in this space, something practical, something grounded, and something that we could carry with us throughout our day and night. So, wherever you are, wherever you're listening from, turn it up and tune in. And if anything you hear today pricks your heart or lights a spark, I encourage you to please subscribe, share this podcast or the video with someone you care about. And please leave a 5-star rating or just leave a rating. Hopefully it's 5 stars. So now let's take a breath together, inhaling 3, 2, 1, and exhaling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let's lean into today's Cut to the Chase at 8. And let's cut the noise and let's get clear and let's get ready, set, and grow and go. And let's be great. So again, the title for today's episode is, you ready? I think you heard it. The myth of balance. And what we actually may need is alignment and finding our center. That's what I believe we need. So let's delve into it. We're going to talk about this myth, right? Because we always hear balance, but really what I believe we need in these times is alignment and finding our center. So I want to start today with a question that sounds pretty simple, but has a lot of depth behind it. So the question is balance even real, or is it just a moving target? Think about a moving target. Because if we were being honest and really being honest with ourselves, most of us have spent years chasing something called balance, right? So whether that's work-life balance, relationship balance, if that is fitness balance, trying to find time to work out, faith balance, trying to, be a part of a faith family, your family balance, and just friends and family, rest balance, social balance, social media balance. And yet, even when we try our hardest, balance still feels elusive. It feels like we can't quite get it. So just when one area of our life feels steady, another area demands our attention, like really demands it, right? And just when we think we figured it out, and we got it, something else shifts. And that's because balance is, as we've been told and taught and understand it, it's mostly a myth. It's not because we shouldn't desire peace or balance, but because life itself is fluid. It's forever moving. And one of my favorite quotes is Jim Watkins said, "A river cuts through rock, not because of its power, but because of its consistency and its persistence. And it's dynamic and constantly changing," right? And water is that way. And that leads us into today's truth. What we don't actually need is balance. What we actually need is alignment and really finding our center. So let's unpack what that actually means. Let's unpack that. Finding our center and why balance keeps letting us down. And balance suggests that everything should receive equal attention, right? At the same time. That's really what balance is. But real life doesn't work that way. It absolutely doesn't work that way. So seasons require deeper focus, and seasons sometimes require sacrifice and heavy effort and low effort. And other seasons require rest and stillness and healing and recovery and detoxing. And trying to force everything into something that is perfectly symmetric, meaning a balance, often leads to frustration, and we feel guilty, and then we burn out. Because balance assumes stability, but life is dynamic. It's movement. It's like that water. And movement requires adjusting and adjustment. And that is why chasing balance often leaves us feeling behind and overwhelmed and inadequate. Like we're constantly failing or falling, not because we are. That doesn't mean that. But because balance was never the right goal. It's been a myth that we've been chasing, kind of like a unicorn, which brings us to our first key. Key number 1 is balance is temporary. Balance is a moment. It's not a lifestyle. It's not something that we could actually obtain. It's what happens briefly when multiple moving parts happen to align. But it cannot be sustainable. It can't be something that we hold on to because life itself is dynamic. It's always changing. It's always moving, right? Our priorities shift. Our responsibilities change. Your energy fluctuates depending on your season and your age and what you have going on in life. Your relationships evolve. Your calling may grow or your purpose may grow and it may move, but balance constantly resets. And then we expect permanent balance. We end up fighting reality. And here's the truth. Life doesn't move in balance. It moves in seasons. And seasons demand different things from us, right? If you're in a season that deserves healing, it's going to require different things. So instead of chasing balance, what if we aimed for something deeper and truer and authentic, which leads us to key number 2. Key number 2, drum roll please, alignment is sustainable. And this is where my dance, my classical ballet taught me something. When you're learning how to turn and do a pirouette, this is a lesson, right? And it taught me something. I thought about it. Now, I want to bring in this analogy because this is where alignment and really finding your center becomes something tangible. When I was first learning how to do a pirouette or a turn, one of the first things that they taught us is when you're turning around in a circle, right? Whether it's a pirouette or doing a jump where your body is moving on the center, there's something called spotting, right? And so what you're doing essentially is you're spotting something, you're finding a spot on the wall to look at, and you stay upright and you keep your balance. And while you're spinning, this is how it works. You pick one fixed spot in front of you, and you look at that fixed spot, so I'm going to say you're the fixed spot, and you look at that until you can turn your body, you start turning your body, and then as you turn your body, you whip your head back around to look at that spot, and you stay focused on that spot for as long as possible until your body forces you to turn, right? Because my body is forcing me to turn my head. And when it does, your head whips back around and you find that same spot that you're looking at. And you find that spot again and again, over and over, turn after turn. And that spot becomes your anchor. That spot becomes a place where you find your center and your reference, right, for your center. And without it, you fall over, you get dizzy, kind of like life. You lose control, you lose stability, and life works in a very similar way. So when you don't have a clear center or finding alignment or being grounded or being focused or a guide or a person or a purpose or a mentor, everything starts to feel unstable. Alignment or staying centered is finding your spot and staying focused on it, right? It is choosing what anchors you. And it's deciding what you focus on when life starts spinning. And when you know your center, even when life is moving fast and life is lifing, you stay upright, you stay grounded, you stay steady. And that's why alignment is sustainable and finding your center, because it doesn't require perfection. So key number 3, core beliefs and faith create your center. Now let's take that dance metaphor even deeper. In life, your values, your core beliefs, and faith become your spot, the thing that you focus on. They become your center. They become the thing that you stay aligned with. They become the place your eyes return to again and again when life starts spinning. When your life is rooted in a truth, integrity, purpose, your spiritual grounding, your faith, you stop drifting. You stop reacting. You start moving intentionally and with purpose. Your values give you direction. Your faith gives you stability. And together they help you remain centered, even when life is chaotic. So just like a dancer, just like doing a pirouette, just like that one fixed spot that keeps us from falling. So when your center is clear, your movement becomes graceful, not frantic, not chaotic. Your life flows with intention, not panic. And sometimes you could look at people around you and that could have you panicking, but creating your center, that gives you alignment and brings it all together. So if you've been feeling stretched and scattered and restless and off-centered and not aligned and emotionally tired or drained, it's not because you're failing or falling. It's because your life may be spinning and turning without a fixed point. And your spirit is gently saying, come back to center. Find your alignment. Not to perfection, not to pressure, but to alignment. So one question that I want us to reflect on. And here's that question that I want us to sit with today. What feels out of alignment? What feels off-center for you? What feels off in your life right now? And this is not to judge yourself. This is not to shame yourself, just to notice. Because awareness is the first step back to clarity. And clarity leads you and me home to ourselves. So, the 3 keys and 1 question. Before you go, I just want to say thank you. Thank you from the top and the bottom of my heart. It has truly been an honor and a pleasure sharing this time with you. And thank you for continuing to give yourself grace in this space. And thank you for this time with me today. I am so genuinely thankful that you chose to step into this cozy little digital space with me. So, before you head out, let's quickly revisit those 3 keys again and 1 question from today's episode. Key number 1, balance is temporary. Life moves in seasons, and it is not symmetrical, and it is symmetry. Life doesn't always have balance. And key number 2, alignment is sustainable. When you find your center and you find your balance, you move with clarity instead of chaos. Key number 3, values, core beliefs, and your faith create your center, your anchor, your focus, and they point to your spiritual spot of where you need to keep your eyes on. And your 1 question for today: what feels out of alignment? What feels off center for you in your life right now? So if today's episode offered you clarity, insight, or even a pause for a cause that you didn't know that you needed, or if it sparked something in you, if it pricked your heart or lights a spark, I'd love for you to subscribe. Share this video with someone you think would benefit and you care about. And please leave a comment or a 5-star rating. It's going to help this space to grow and create a community of cut to the chasers, because we're chasing what matters. So thank you for joining me here twice a day for our daily 15-minute micro dose for macro living. Now let's close with 1 breath. Together, inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. And again at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. This is Cut to the Chase at 8 with me, Madison Simone Chase. Thank you for starting and ending your day with intention and grace. And cut to the chase at 8, because we are ready, we are set, and we're growing. And let's go and be great. And let's get clear and let's be great. Blessings to you and yours. Until tomorrow.